Brent Fikowski here, the Professor Project, programming a new block of training. This is exciting. Been humming away on this, thinking things through, thinking about the next block already, and building things forward. So this is March 17th to March 23rd. Setup of the week, more or less the same, right? Still Thursday, rest day if you're doing the 2-a-day, Thursday, Sunday. And then if you're just training once a day, you're going to train every day of the week except for Sunday. I'm going to go through quickly here a couple of chunks to this training block, right? Some of the bigger moving pieces, some of the ideas behind this, and then what some of those things are building into for the next training block after this. Before I do that, every one of those things is if you're doing the 2-a-day, every Tuesday afternoon for this training block, working on some strongman skills. And this week is some sandbag cleans, right? Sandbag shoulder and so on. And so I filmed a few reps this morning. I'm going to add those in here and show you some of the technical things that you can try to mess around with. So here we've got an example where you adjust the bag on the floor, you reset at the hip, both hands onto the shoulder, then release a hand. So adjust on the floor. That allows you to get a deeper grip on the sandbag. You adjust at the hip, you let it rest fully on your thighs, and then you bring it to the shoulder. So this next one here is the same, but you're removing the other hand quicker when it gets to the shoulder. So right here, you're focusing on just wrapping one arm around. This one here, you're picking it straight up off the ground. So you're not doing an adjustment. This requires stronger biceps and a stronger grip. This one here is skipping the hip entirely. I'm not as good at this version, admittedly. You can see I'm just grabbing it straight off the ground. No pause. Now this one here, I am adjusting on the ground to get a little deeper grip, but I am not pausing at the hip. All right, hope you enjoyed that. So back to our regular scheduled programming, which is just talking about programming. So this training block, you're going to notice the Mondays and Fridays still like leg strength as part of that, but a little more single leg focus, changing it up a little bit. So we're doing some heavier snatches and some heavier cleans in workout scenarios, kind of to cash out the session. Before that, we've got more like some heavy single leg work, just to give a little bit of a break. We've been doing a lot of conventional deadlifting, a lot of traditional back squatting. So wanting to build up some of that single leg strength. The next block is going to involve, some more athleticism stuff, but also getting back into some speed squats, some speed deads. And this is an opportunity to mix that up, maybe give the adductors a little bit of a break, and do some single leg work, which is fun. You can get really strong, obviously, can help work on some imbalances. So we're going to have some heavy lunges on Thursday. We're going to have some heavy Bulgarian split squats Monday. Some focus on some back extensions, Jefferson curls Monday. On Friday, the other leg session, doing some more heavy good morning. So again, mixing up that stimulus, still keeping your back strong, getting those legs strong, keeping the hamstring strong, all that stuff, but doing it a little bit differently, working a little more single leg, and then more kind of accessories for that pulling from the floor. So excited about that. Kind of in that same vein of looking ahead, keeping in lots of jump rope work on Mondays for the 2-a-day, and that jumping work, I believe, that's also Monday for the single day. And that's just because we're going to be, like I said, doing some more athleticism, plyometric work in the next training block. So just want to make sure the Achilles, the calves, the knees, all that stuff is feeling good. Same with some running. The transitioning into running, I'm jumping around a lot here. Sorry, why don't we just start with the day? So started Monday, doing some lactate threshold work. I did this is Monday afternoon for the, if you're doing 2-a-day. And then if you are doing 1-a-day, you're going to find that every Saturday. That stuff's tough, right? So I found this was really valuable. I did this in the summer of 2024, leading up to last year's CrossFit Games, I suppose, and a little bit in the spring as well. So a lot of last training block, we were doing some echo bike sprints. So this is a little longer sustained, so more 1 to 3 minutes, 1 to 2 minutes at a hard pace. So, this week, a little bit slower than whatever your 500 meter PR is. Really, you're looking at, pulling on the rower for close to your 1K row PR pace, but not doing it for a full 1K. So it's going to be like a controlled, hard sprint, or fast, I would say. And then cruising a bit, having another surge, cruising down a bit and up. And these are going to change a little bit every week. But really valuable there just to, put out more power on these machines, a little more extended power, not that full tilt sprint like you were seeing on the Echo bikes, not like 100-meter dash, but thinking more in that, like, if we're talking time domain, we're thinking more like, a little over a minute, or just getting on a machine mid-workout and being able to rev up that engine no matter how tired you are, increasing that speed, that max speed or that potential speed, when it matters most. When we look at the pull-ups and kind of the handstand push-up focus, so Tuesday mornings here, doing some strict pull-ups that are assisted, band assisted, or like really any setup. You can put one foot on a box if you need to as well. Trying to get a little more muscle endurance there. And then with the handstand push-ups, flipping the script on that, we're going to do more muscle endurance work in the next block for handstand push-up. This training block is more about upper body strength. So we're doing that strict press, essentially a strip down set where you do the strict press with the barbell immediately into push press. So we want to do a near max set or a max set of strict press with a barbell where you're basically going right to failure, or like, if that last rep's like technical failure, it's like, all right, I'm not going to get the next one. Jump into the push press immediately, kind of like a burnout set or a cash out set, to really, develop a little bit more top end strength. Well, still, it's a little more muscle endurance there. And then some top end strength exercises with like the delt and tricep accessory work. And then that's going to transition more into CrossFit specific handstand push-up stuff that I've found has been really successful. We're going to do that in the next training block, now that we've kind of, getting on the tail end of some online qualifier season stuff. That was that. Okay, we're going to Thursday. Talked about the strength already. Friday, rope climbs. So this week we're doing normal rope climbs. Next week will be some legless rope climbs, just working on technique, right? We've got a WOD in there, but honestly, if you just want to spend more time on the technique, I won't tell anyone you didn't do the workout. Rope climbs just are such a technical movement, require a lot of practice, and you got to get the practice in if you want to get better. So having some videos in there, some drills, watch those, film yourself. Next week, got some good videos for you as well, on the legless rope climbs, and some progressions for that kind of week 2 of the block, and then week 3 of the block. So that's really exciting. Lastly, some running Saturday afternoon for the 2-a-day, followed by some handstand holds, and then the next training block, it's going to be running directly into handstand walking. The handstand holds, again, if you struggle upside down, whether it's handstand push-ups, especially handstand walks, probably the best single thing you can do is improve your handstand hold, right? Improve the duration, improve the quality, improve your positions, your flexibility, whatever is that limiter. Duration obviously is going to help, but if you can improve that, you can probably walk on your hands fine. If you show me someone who can hold a really long handstand, you can teach them to handstand walk fast, and for a long duration very quickly. But if you can show me someone who's pretty good at handstand walking, they might not be able to handstand hold. See the correlation there? So let's work on our handstand holds, really focus on that quality. I know the end of a week, it's Saturday, and you're like, oh, last training session, you might breeze through this. Try to make those handstand holds really count, right? Push really tall, really open up, really push into the floor, and yeah, should be helpful if you do that. That is it. Enjoy this week of training. If you have any questions, or if you're a little curious as to like why or where this is going to, feel free to hit me up in Train Heroic. And yeah, I'll be back next week talking a little bit more about some of this stuff. Hopefully those Sandbag cleans helped out a bit. I'm hoping to build more of those demo videos into these recaps. So, all right, talk again soon.